There's no denying that phones are a big part of our romantic lives. Since everyone and their mother seems to have and carry around a cell phone in today's world, making a man obsess over you can be as easy as sending him the right text messages. But what are the right text messages, and which ones will have the opposite effect? Hey ladies, Amy North here. Welcome to my channel. As you may or may not already know, I'm a relationship coach from the West Coast of Canada and author of The Devotion System, a program I've designed to help women find and create the love lives they want and deserve. From being ready for love to locking down Mr. Right, the program covers every aspect of romantic relationships. So if you're looking to improve yours, then you may want to consider checking it out. That aside though, today I want to share with you 5 types of text messages you can send men to make them obsessed with you. Yes, obsessed as in you won't be able to eat, sleep, or go about any other daily task without thinking about you. Now, before I jump into the messages you should be sending your guy, I want to first talk a little bit about the types of text messages you shouldn't send him. Because believe me, even if you send him the most heavenly texts, the wrong ones can be a huge deal breaker. For starters, the generic, hey, hello, or what's up text message. These messages suck because they don't do anything to stir up emotion in your guy, and not to mention, they make you seem incredibly boring. While I'm talking about these dull messages, it's also worth mentioning that sending your man updates on your every move isn't a good idea either. Believe me, as much as you think it's the end of the world that the coffee shop is out of your favorite bagel, or how you're feeling bloated from your weekend of partying, he doesn't care, nor does he want to know. Sure, you may be smitten, but you're not doing yourself any favors by sending these mundane types of text messages. The same goes for sending him "what are you up to" messages. Why? Because if he doesn't willingly tell you what he's doing, then it's probably because he doesn't feel it's worth sharing. When you send him these kind of text messages, it'll seem like a chore for him to respond to you, which is 100% the opposite of what you want if you're looking to make him obsessed with you. And at all costs, avoid sitting around, staring at a black screen, desperately waiting for him to reply to you. This is important for a couple of reasons. First, if you respond too quickly, it'll give him the impression that you're sitting around waiting to hear from him, which is exactly what you're doing. Second, it comes across as clingy. And third, responding too quickly implies that you have no life outside of him in the relationship. To prevent this from happening, keep busy. By doing so, it'll help you fight the urge to text him back too soon, and not to mention, it'll give you something new to tell him when he does ask how your day was. In those scenarios where you don't have much happening when he texts, still make a point to hold back for at least a few minutes to give him the impression that you are busy with other things. Not making his text messages your #1 priority will give you time to do other things and keep you active and happy, and time to properly think about your response. Of course, if you're in the middle of a conversation with him, or he asks you a question that is time sensitive and needs a quick reply, then don't leave him hanging. If you do, you risk coming across as self-centered or even rude. Be respectful of his needs too. Before I move on to the juicy part of this video, it's also important to mention how much of an impact grammar has on your relationship. If your text messages are littered with misspelt words or lack common sense, then that's going to be a huge turnoff for him. And let's face it, you're not going to look like the brightest crayon in the box. So save yourself the embarrassment and make sure that you read over and edit your texts where necessary. Don't think this is a real issue? Just Google search it and you'll be amazed at some of the cringeworthy misspellings you'll find in text messages. Or learn from my friend's experience. He was seeing a girl who would text who, as in H-O-O, when referring to who, as in the person, W-H-O. He tried giving her the benefit of the doubt and hoped it was just a strange autocorrect or voice-to-text memo, but after she sent him the same misspelt version of who multiple times, he realized that he couldn't be with someone who lacks such basic intelligence. Sure, you can argue that breaking up for that reason is shallow, but hey, the truth hurts sometimes and men aren't into poor grammar. Last but certainly not least, don't get over-invested in text messaging. If you make the deadly mistake of bantering back and forth with your guy for hours on end, then you leave little reason for him to want to see you. Because let's face it, he'll feel like he spent all day with you simply because you're texting so much. Again, there are exceptions here, as in you shouldn't bail cold turkey on a conversation, but when possible, avoid the relentless texting back and forth. It won't lead to anything more, and it's a quick way to kill the spark. So, now that I've covered all the texting don'ts, let's talk about the kind of text that will make men obsessed over you. Now, before I jump into these, I'd like to quickly ask that if you enjoy this video or find it at all helpful, then please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Not only will I appreciate your support, but it's what allows me to keep coming out with new videos for you all, So please don't forget to click the little red button below. So, the first kind of text message you're going to want to send a man to make him obsess over you is what I like to call the comical text. And simply put, it's a lighthearted, humorous text to make the guy you're into laugh. Since laughter is one of the easiest ways to a man's heart, by being that witty, whimsical woman that every man dreams of finding, you're sure to make him obsess over you. That said, be careful not to turn everything into a joke and don't add LOL or haha to every text message you send. Instead, reserve it for the actual funny messages you send and receive. If you're saying, "I wish you were here right now, LOL," well, you're going to confuse them. Instead, know when you should use comical text and when you should keep your conversation serious. Oh, and always be sure to choose jokes wisely, especially if you're just getting to know the guy you're texting. One distasteful text message can wreak havoc on your chances of winning him over. The second type of text for hooking him is the Q&A. Don't be fooled though, this isn't your typical question and answer. It stands for question and arouse. These are the kind of texts you want to send a man to show him that you're interested in getting to know him better. However, instead of sending mundane or dry questions like, "What are you up to?" or "How was your day?" you're going to want to turn up the heat with these ones and get his fiery obsession burning. For instance, texting him something like, "What are you wearing right now?" or "What do you want me to do to you later?" can get him aroused more than you may expect. That said, he may not realize exactly why you're asking him these things, so be patient here. For instance, if you ask him what he's wearing and he replies with jeans and a t-shirt, "Why? Are we going somewhere?" then you may want to reply with a sassy, seductive, "No, I just wanted to know what I'll be taking off you tonight." Of course, you'll want to be sparse with these because if they become redundant or excessive, then they may start to lose their charm or he may think that you're just in it for sex. Moving on, the third text message to send your guy is a life lover text. So, what is this kind of message? Well, the best way to explain it is that it's a text that expresses your confidence and love for life. The key here is to keep your message positive and radiating with passion. Maybe it means commenting on what a wonderful day you're having, or perhaps it means telling him about all the praise you got from your boss. Whatever you choose, just make sure that your words tell the story of a woman who is bold, brave, knows what she wants, isn't afraid to go for it. When you do, he'll go gaga for you. If you're interested in learning some tips for upping your odds to become any man's dream woman, then visit my site and watch the free video presentation. The URL is www.coachnorth.com/texting, and I'll be sure to post it in the description below as well. Now moving on, we have the nude illusion text. A hot text message? Gotta run. I have to go buy a bikini. A hotter one? I'm going to take a long hot shower. The hottest? Guess who's not wearing any panties? As vastly different as these three examples are, all will get your guy's gears turning, and yes, he'll be imagining you naked. So, if you're looking to steal his attention for the day by making him unable to focus on anything but the thoughts of your nude body, then these are the kind of texts to get him obsessed. What's even better is that by slowly letting him in and giving him more dirty details than you would any other male friend, you're also giving him a tiny taste of what dating you would be like. Just don't go overboard here, and definitely don't send nude photos, no matter how much he begs. Instead, make him work for the prize. After all, if you just give it all to him, then where's the chase? Oh, and don't be afraid to throw in a winking emoji here and there. Those can help send the message that you're aware that your messages may be turning him on. Okay, so last but definitely not least is the tickle his senses text. And the point here is to give him a little taste of your sensual side, but to leave him wanting more. In order to send these texts successfully, you're going to want to avoid being too direct with him. Besides, if he knows he can have you at the snap of a finger, then he might start to lose interest. At the same time, it's crucial that he knows that you're at least a little bit into him. As a relationship coach, you'd be surprised how often I hear from women who are confused as to why they can't get the guy, only to find out that they actually haven't been showing him any real interest. Since guys fear rejection, it's important to show him that you are interested. The key here, though, is to be subtle. So, to do so, you're going to want to flirt with him, laugh lots, and throw compliment his way here and there. Tickle all his senses with descriptive words, and that will let him visualize what it would be like to be with you. When you can be the one who makes him feel good about himself, then there's no reason why he wouldn't want to be with you. Well, now it's your turn to weigh in. Have you tried these types of text messages in the past? Did they work for you? Do you have your own tricks up your sleeve? Please share in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. The same goes if you have any questions about what I've covered here today. Simply post away and I'll do my best to respond as soon as possible. As always, thank you all so much for watching. And again, if you enjoyed this video, then please share it with your girlfriends and subscribe to my channel for more dating advice videos. So then, until next time, ladies, take care and good luck.